Hi guys, alright, my hubby Jasper. I am going to attempt a past life regression for you since you already know through your two visions of what has happened. So this is going to be really honestly kind of my first time doing a past life reading with these cards. So if you don't like it, we will go ahead and we will do the Ouija. So alright. Let's see. Shouldn't be hard. One more good shuffle. Alright. I have a good feeling about this one, so I like this. If I can actually do this without the board, that would be incredible. It would really be incredible to do past life regressions without the board. Alright. Okay, so your first card is the basis of the situation, so it would be basically your past life, the situation, and we have the King of Wands. Alright, so this is a very feminine person, so this could either be a male or female. So this indicates wealth. It indicates that you were very loved in your past life. It indicates that there was a little corruption. You could have been corrupt by power, so I'm not 100% sure what your place was. You were very wealthy, so as depicted by the clothing in that time era. So 1787 is what you said. Don't know what they wore back then. Don't have any clue what they wore back then, but this guy has the same kind of shirt on as I do, so the medieval type looking. But I mean, it's just, there was lots of energy, a lot going on back then. I don't know if you were in some kind of a war, or if you were in, you were not in this country, so that I know for sure. You were not in this country, you were not in your country. I don't know where you were. Germany. I keep hearing Germany. So yes, this would represent your, yes, like I think you were a leader of some kind of leader, I don't know. Alright, now this card is what, so if this is past life, so this card would be energy that was for or against you in that past life. We have the Three of Cups. Alright, so the Three of Cups. Alright, let's see here. So that would show me emotional, overflowing emotions. So we have a lot of emotions here, so that was, kind of what was, it could have been a hindrance, the emotions, too intuitive. So the water to me acts like psychic abilities, to where you can actually look into the future, scrying, divination, that kind of thing. The lot comes from that card, so a lot. So that was actually, I think it was kind of working against you in that time period. So having the intuition, having that knowledge that other people did not have, alchemically, doing alchemical processes, that type of thing, like the real alchemy, melting down, pretty much melting down iron and, hammering it out, and really, your flexibility. And I kind of think that you carried over a lot of this into this life. The dancing and just the way the person is, the fluidity of them. So multiple partners for that. So it could, that could have really worked against you in that past life. I mean, it's not negative, like, by far here today, but back then that would be considered very negative. So I don't know what you were. Do you feel like you have a very feminine, energy with you? Okay, so to me, this would look like somebody that betrayed you. So somebody that you were very close with, but they betrayed you because of what you did, your abilities. So it's really based on your abilities, is what I'm getting. So the third card would be the basis of the situation. So it's something that you have learned from that past life. It became part of your experience, and you've obviously carried that over into this life. And with the Three of Cups, you've obviously carried a lot of that over into this life as well. So the Fool. So this is a lot of stuff that you have carried over into this life from that past life, and I do feel like that, yes. So we have the Fool. You had a knowledge of herbal healing, crystal healing. You had different ways of ascending. So astral travel. Wow, everything with having to do with the arts, your craft, everything. So you brought that all back with you from this past life. So that new beginning. So you did learn from that life, but there's still stuff that you need to learn. So you came back, obviously, but the transcending, the consciousness and rising to different levels of consciousness and vibration and energy work and healing and a lot of herbal work. And I do feel like that you did have quite the clientele in that time. So being as that time period was very, you could have been in a big pickle just because of your abilities and what that time period entailed. So it's pretty that's pretty wicked. So I don't know if you were burned or stabbed, but the sun, you're awfully close to the sun up there, so that's pretty that's good that you brought this all over, but the fact that how it all went down in that past life, that's kind of scary. So this would be the next card. Your fourth card would be the energy of that past life that is moving away. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Alright, so we have a woman. So this would kind of indicate to me that you are a woman. She has wealth, she has a mansion, she has a car, she has all the fine things in life, she has wonderful jewelry, she holds the key, she has a key. So you were the key holder of something. What did you hold the key to, Jasper? What did you hold that key to? Your wealth. All your wealth and everything. So you don't know what's behind your back. This lady, she has no clue what's going on behind her back. So she could have been stabbed in the back. Literally. So you had, literally, you had a mansion, you had palace. It looks like a palace to me. You had everything that you possibly could ever desire. And that actually went away. So it didn't really pop over into this life, all of that. Extraordinary, but I do feel like that there was something going on with that. Not, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's a picture painted perfect. If it seems too good to be true, it was too good to be true. So, evidently, I really do honestly feel like somebody fooled you and got their way and got you dead. So, it's pretty wicked. Yeah, just a really, really wicked. Alright, so the next card, your fifth card, represents, depending on your actions, what would have happened to you in that past life if you were to have kept all of your abilities and everything, like your riches and your jewels and everything, to yourself, and you would not have said anything to anybody. So whoever was the whistleblower, so to say, for you. So, we have the Death card. So, alright, now that was a transformation. A huge transformation in that life, I see. I kind of want to say... So, we have time here. So, time has stopped. So, this is kind of difficult. This is actually really kind of difficult. Okay, so since people did know about you and your abilities and you were wealthy, jealousy. So, hence the jealousy, the Death card. I do kind of want to say that you were impaled. You were impaled by someone or something. All these spikes, all these iron spikes. You could have been accused of being a witch. You could have been accused of being a heretic. So we have a lot to go with this card. I mean, a lot. So you had knowledge of the cosmos, you had knowledge of everything. So, but this also with the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, you bringing all this over and around into this life. You didn't bring the death into this life. So, but this would be, direct. This also shows me visions. So you were very good with your visions, and it also does show me that the portal. So, are you actually going back and visiting that time period? Can you do that? Because this is what this indicates to me. So evidently, yeah, somebody did you wrong and very dirty in that past life. And they impaled you. So I do see the impalement right here. And I don't like that. And they think, okay, well, and then they thought, okay, well, then that person's gone. That, whatever you were. I honestly think you were some kind of a witch or a healer. But I think that wasn't all of what you were. But that's where your wealth came from. The husband. I get a husband. So I do feel like, yes, there was the husband. Yeah, poison. I don't know if you were poisoning your husband. I don't know if that was common in that period, at that time period. But yes, I do feel the death card was, inevitable for what, the simple things that we do today were considered to be, witchery back then, and, hexing people and killing people. So definitely, that is, yeah. I think it was people conspired against you because of what you could do. And this one person that you trusted very well did you dirty. So, okay, now the next card, your sixth card, is what did happen. Actually did happen 100% because of your actions in this past life. And that's the Ten of Swords. So, that's literally the most auspicious and freaky card of the Cosmic Tarot right there. And the Ten of Swords represents that. Yes, okay, so since you did not know any better in your past life, but now we do know better, not to say certain things, certain, predictions, we keep that to ourselves. So evidently, I really honestly think that you had some kind of a prediction that you did, something that you did in that past life, and that resulted in your death. So that also resulted in, I don't know if you were tied up, it looks like you were bound, everything you were bound, and then you were literally stabbed to death. So I don't know if that, and then I don't know if you were burned, but they considered you to be mad, crazy, because of what you could do. You had shown your abilities. So obviously somebody's seen your abilities in this past life and, called witch or whatever it was. And then, that was the end of you. So that's definitely very, very, very creepy. Very creepy. But the old-time clothing, that is what is getting me. That is what is showing me. So that would be that time period. I like that time period, but I'm still not sure, not to, just be careful not to do that, back in that time period. But now we're safer, sometimes. Depends on where you live. Right, your seventh card would be the fears. So this represented your fears back then. So what did you fear back then? You felt the devil. So you were imprisoned. So you were imprisoned big time. You were chained up. I do see this now. You were chained up. You were chained up by the authorities. So because of what you could do, because of your abilities, they thought you were a heretic, a witch, the devil. They thought that you had the devil inside you. Very common time. Very common for that time period. So a very diabolical torture. So a lot of torture. Stabbing, being chained. I don't know if you were burned, but yes, the devil. They seen you as the devil, and you feared that, and that came true. And that is just, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy how this is pertaining to what just a little you have told me. So your eighth card would represent friends and families and what they thought about you in that time period, in that past life. We have the Prince of Swords. Okay, so a very effeminate man. Now this guy here, philosophical, he's got the book, he has so many ideas, so he is ahead of his time. A she, I would actually say this was a she because of the effeminate qualities. So it would represent, people understanding you. The closest ones to you are the ones that understood you, your family, not the person that backstabbed you, not that person, but this person, these people that were closest understood that you had so many ideas, and they might have thought you were a little eccentric and out there for that time in your time period, but definitely, definitely, the Prince of Swords represents. So they saw you as being pure, your friends and family. You had so many ideas. You could do so much for so many people, healing, saving lives, giving to the poor. Almost a Robin Hood-esque with a feminine twist is what I'm getting from the Prince of Swords. But the book. So, you had so many ideas back then. So many ideas. And they could not be contained in one book. So that kind of gives me an indication that they found stuff of yours, different kinds of maybe occult paraphernalia. So definitely back then that would be very bad for them to find, and they would have reason to condemn you. I can't talk. The devil, that's really freaky though. I don't know, I kind of feel like you were tortured for quite a while and you were chained up. It's just very odd, very weird. That combination of cards, it's like, wow. Okay, now your 9th card represents your whoa, what is going on? Stuff is falling over. Baphomet altar. Baphomet, your stuff's falling over on your altar. Alright, so your 9th card would represent your own hopes and ideals in the matter. So, what you would be hoping for in that past life. 7 of Wands, and that would be yeah, that's what I get for wearing belted shirts. 7 of Wands would indicate your triumph. So, you did hope to triumph over all of this. I know you were not evil, and I know those people did view you as a heretic, a witch, a warlock, any kind of Satan's whatever, the devil's advocate, the allies like witches and demons and that good stuff. So I did feel like you thought you were going to triumph over that, but you had so many other people stabbing at you that it just did not work. So I don't know what era this is, but the clothing in the cards are actually giving me a very good depiction of your time period that you gave me. But yeah, you did hope. Your ideals were to triumph over certain, I would say, masculine patriarch. Yeah, and that did not go well. So you were actually, yeah, I do feel you were a woman, and you were for women's rights, and you were for, herbalism and everything that a woman was for. But yeah, you did not follow those specific rules that they wanted you to, and boom, heretic, witch. So, condemn. So definitely, yeah. 17th century, what did you say? Let's see. Alright, you smell the lavender. Okay, so that's your herb work and everything. Okay, you were rich. Velvet furs. Oh, wow. 1787. Okay, so that would represent, being the rich, having the car, having the best of the best of the best, the furs, the wine, everything that you could possibly want. So that is the 9 of Pentacles. The clothing, I'm not really sure what they wore back in 87? Oh, wow. Okay, so with the Death card, these graves, you can't really tell. Some of them are marked, some of them are unmarked. So yeah, you are correct in that. You are very correct in that. 10 of Swords. That's a very good indication of what had happened. I mean, wow, Jasper. That's scary. This past life scares me. I didn't think I could pick up anything from these cards in a past life, and I'm literally projecting into this card right here, the Devil, and it's not cool. It's really not cool. But you did have the ideals and hopes of triumphing over male patriarchy. And it just did not work at that time. But I do think that you have got to research this woman. I don't know who you were, but you were somebody of importance. So 1787, you take down everything I've said with these cards, and we need to find out who this woman was, sorry. You were, powerful. And you have a lasting effect. So I do think you're someone of historical value, a historical figure is what I meant to say. Historical public figure is what I am getting. So the unmarked grave, the needles, all of the being stabbed, yeah, I think you were tortured a little bit more just because of the Devil card. I think there was a little more reason to torture you more, and that's really scary. This is a really scary reading. It's like, wow. Alright, now your 10th card is the final outcome of, this, truth and last card. Well, it tells you, your final outcome and what happened, because of all of your actions and, you trying to, be, yourself in that time period. And that's the Ace of Pentacles. Alright, so that is basically the beginning of a new life. So basically that shows me, because of your riches, because of all of that, you were killed. You were definitely destroyed because of that. They saw you as a threat. They saw you as a heretic, the devil. So an ally of the devil. And you were a woman and you were very powerful and you had your own beliefs and ideals and your own ideologies, your own path, your own faith. I think you still were pagan. I do really think I pick up the pagan vibe very much so here. Very, very much so. Old carnival, pagan. But the Ace of Pentacles definitely shows me that, you were killed because of what you were, because of your abilities, because of what you had. So with the Ace, and then that's the portal. So you obviously went through the portal, so let's see what's going on with that. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles. Alright, big time. So, flowers. You really enjoyed your smelling the flowers. Just kind of roaming around, I can kind of picture you in a garden, in a very lush palace, gardening, not gardening, because you had people to help, you had help to do that, you paid them. But with the Eight of Pentacles, I do see you just kind of smelling, stopping to smell the roses, the flowers, the lavender, which is obviously indicated there, and there's actually lavender in the Nine of Pentacles. I'm trying to find out wherever lavender is too, in the other ones. A bit of lavender in the Eight of Pentacles as well. So they really found you to be a threat because of your knowledge of basic herbalism. So that is basic. Yes. You were destroyed because of that. One more. Three of Wands. Yep. Three of Wands. Yes. Okay. So that does show me that, yes. Definitely a woman. That is the key. That is why everything happened. That is why they literally attacked you. So I see them actually running in my mind now to you, capturing you, tying you up. It's like they're dragging you through all these, it's like a crazy ass looking place like this, like a hellacious palace for slaughter. But yes, they did actually kill you because of you were not Christian, so that's why they killed you. So this is really, really intense, and this is a little too much. This is a little too much for me, especially this card, and I never get overwhelmed with any of these cards, these readings. So, you're 100% correct in what you were thinking. You've brought a lot of knowledge over into this life, and you've brought a lot of those traits over into this life from what you were. So, well, my hubby, I hope this helps. If not, we will redo all of it. If not, I'll do the session, the Ouija with you, just to make sure. But yes, this is just a little too much for me right now. But I do like that you stood for what you believed in. And you died, literally. Now you are considered a martyr. So you are, something of importance now in history. So I want to look back at all of this and get some kind of historical figure up that we can actually pinpoint to who you were. So have you been actually kind of digging at all for a historical figure, woman, that did any kind of this in 1787? Because I really do feel like, yes, you're still learning in this life too. So a lot of entrapment I've seen for you in this life, but you have gotten out of it, which is incredible. So just be just know that you stood up for yourself, you stood up for others, and that's why you got that's why what happened. So I hope this helps, my hubby. I love you with all my heart. I'm very glad that this can happen today. It can, but I'm glad it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I hope you enjoy. If not, we'll redo all of it. So I love you very much, and I love you all. So everybody have a great day. Be safe, And yeah, Jasper, you were 100% right. 100% right. So I love you, my hubby, and I will message you here in just a little bit. So I hope you all have a great day, and I love you guys very much.